3.
Hey guys, Undead Dueling here. Doing our top 10 band cards.
Alright, so...
By the way, he was not prepared for this.
Number 10 is Dark Strike Fighter. We chose him as number 10 because he's a decent synchro monster, but he only burns 200 for every level. Like, he's on the list because he can attack, then burn, and he can destroy himself. But he's a synchro summon, he's a level 7, and at the time, you didn't have, like, insane tuners and monsters to synchro summon with yet, so he's just lower on the list.
Yeah, plus he's got 2600 attack.
It's fairly easy to get over, especially with, stuff that went on then.
Yeah, but level 7, I mean, that's still a pretty good attack for level 7.
Well, yeah, but Thought Ruler and all that stuff.
Those are level 8, though.
I actually find level 8's easier to get off, because you can use a level 4, like, 2 level 4s, 2 and 6, 3 and 5.
Yeah, that's true, but anyway. Next card. Number 9.
Graceful Charity.
Obvious.
It could be a +3. Usually, it's a +1. Because you have the effect that you have to discard 2, I could see where this would super break Dark Worlds.
Yes.
But as far as drawing and stuff, like, it's not going to be a real +5 anywhere where, like, most people think it would be. It's just a +1.
Fabled. Another discard deck.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be good in there, though.
Number 8. Cyberjar. This card is a +5. Anywhere you put him, he will destroy all the other monsters on the field. So, if it's your opponent's turn and he attacks into it, then you get your free summon. But the thing is, it's
your opponent gets the monsters too.
Your opponent gets the +5 as well. So, it is farther down on the list, but I do feel like he's really good, especially in the traditional format, because no matter what you send, like, even if, like, you reveal your Yata and you add your Chaos to your hand, you still have the Avarice in the deck, if you're a decent player.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that all decent players don't have Pot of Avarice. Trust me, guys. I don't have a Pot of Avarice. I'm a decent player. At least I like to think I am.
Number 6 is Change of Heart. It just takes your opponent's monster just because you can. There's no restrictions with it, but your opponent gets the monster back during the end phase, which makes it not as broken as people would like it to be, or as broken as they think it would be.
But it's still pretty broken. If you guys have ever seen, like, Mind Control, where your opponent takes it, Ixies with it, or Synchro. I mean, what's a Synchro, right?
Now, for number 5, we have... 6, we have Pot of Greed. It's a +2, just for no reason. It says draw 2 cards.
At least on the newer ones it does. I think this one says from your deck.
Yeah, this one specifies from the deck, which I don't see the meaning for, because I'm not going to draw cards from my extra deck, but...
I'm going to draw cards from my side deck. Screw the rules. I have money.
So, Pot of Greed, number 6.
Shout out to anybody who gets that.
Alright. Number 5, Yuta Garcia.
Screw the money. I have rules. Wait.
He's a -1 for your opponent every turn. He bounces to your hand, so it's not like your opponent can destroy him super easily.
Plus he has a Solemn.
But the reason he's so far down on the list is because he's not fantastic.
Your opponent has to basically be at nothing, which, well...
Your opponent has to have nothing on the field for his attack to be valid. He's best in a combo, which most of you know, but if you don't...
If you're an older player, you should know the combo, yeah.
If you're an older player, you were afraid of this combo when it came out, and you'll know about the emergency ban list that they released 4 months early.
Next card.
Number 4 was also on this ban list. It's the Dark Magician of Chaos.
Oh, we forgot to get the Ultra.
The Dark Magician of Chaos, he's just a boss card.
Yeah, but the reason he's not higher on the list is because I don't think, personally, that he would be ran in a whole lot. I mean, Frog Arc, Prophecy. I feel like that's it. And Prophecies do not need anything else. Let me say that now. I like the deck, but they do not need anything else.
And he is never coming off the list, because the other day I discovered another new combo with them that does not require the Dimension Fusion. It uses DDRs.
And to bring him back, like, then you'd have 2 Dark Holes, 2 Heavy Storms, 2 Monster Reborns.
So it's just too dangerous to put him back on the list.
Unless they take off every other broken spell, which I could see them doing. But maybe for a format, Konami, if you're hearing this, just for a format, please.
Alright, number 3, Brionic. Brionic was a game changer the instant he was released. I remember he came out and he was super expensive and everybody was looking for him.
And I just got mine, and then they banned him.
He's a boss card, and so even when Ixies came out, he was boss. He was the control for every card. He bounced any Synchro, Fusion, Ixies monster. He kept everything under control. But the reason he's gone is because of that. And I feel like that wasn't fair for him, especially considering that Ixies are now on a rampage. Yeah. There's so many of them that can prevent their own destruction by just attaching material. It's not funny, and some of them...
Gachi, Zenmains, Maestroke,
Tiras.
You name it.
But
Tiras doesn't discard anything to negate her destruction. She just says that she
can't be destroyed.
By card effects. By
While she has material. But yeah. The whole point is, Bryo kept everything under control. Like, your opponent could not just play the 5-headed dragon, you'd be screwed for the game. Bryonic would bounce it back to the hand, and then you'd actually stand a fair chance at the duel.
But if you're playing Chaos Dragons, usually they don't need the 5-headed, it's just, if they get it, cool.
And then you're sad too, because Future Fusion is banned, and we would have thought that that was number 11.
Yeah, we contemplated it.
Number 2. Trishula, the Dragon of the Ice Barrier.
Look at all these Ice Barrier. Good synchros, not that great of a deck.
Trishula is number 2 because she did not target. Because she selected a card from your opponent's hand, she didn't target, so your opponent couldn't activate anything that said destroy a card that targets, or she could get around stuff that said you cannot target this card.
And it doesn't hurt that she's a 2700 beater. Just saying.
So your opponent can't do anything about it, with the exception of Veiler. And she's just a good card. Like, she's fairly easy to synchro summon. I mean, of course, she does need 2 or more non-tuners, but she is a level 9, so...
Herald of Orange Light.
It's not ridiculously hard to do.
Everybody should run Herald of Orange Light and do Kazi.
Tyler, we'll talk about your demented fantasies later.
How many times have you gotten somebody down to 800 and you're like, dang, if only I had Ukazi?
Alright, time for our number 1 card. Best forbidden card of all time. Chaos Emperor Dragon.
Hate this card.
He is number 1 because at the cost of 1,000 life points, he wipes out everything your opponent has and makes them sit there living off top decks, which you don't have to do should you have the Witch of the Black Forest or have the Sangan. In which case, you're adding Yada, which, for those of you who didn't know, is that deadly combo. What you would do is you'd set Witch of the Black Forest or Sangan, end your turn. Next turn, Special Chaos Emperor.
Negate attack.
Blow everything up. And then you'd add Yada to your hand. Normal summon Yada and poke 200 every turn for game. Your opponent can't draw a card. The deck is called Yada Lock. It's the most popular deck in the traditional format. It makes everything impossible to do. So, just Chaos Emperor Dragon, there are so many combos with him. Konami was afraid of them, so he's primarily the reason that the ban list came out. I just feel like Chaos Emperor Dragon should get more recognition for being a broken card than he does. And he doesn't get recognition because he's forbidden. So, let's all hear it for Chaos Emperor. He's a boss card. Let's never forget him. Those of you who saw him on the field, blowing up your life points, let's hope that you can forget him.
Bonus question of the day. What do you guys think of C32 Shark Drake Weiss? Undead Dueling, signing out.